Hello everyone, welcome to this Introduction to Revit Architecture for Beginners course. My name is Mohit and I will be your instructor for this course. Now, a question I get a lot is why learn Revit? Well, the thing is that as more and more consultants, contractors, construction companies, architectural studios are moving towards BIM level 2, the demand for Revit proficient users is high now than it was ever before. And that is why I believe now is the best time and the right time to get a grip of the software. In this tutorial, we'll be going over the basis of Revit architecture, and after going through this, I believe you guys will have somewhat of a basic to an intermediate level of an understanding of the software. And hopefully you guys will find this video useful, and I will see you guys at the end of the video. Thank you.
As you open up Revit, this is the main screen that you might be seeing. I'm working on Revit 2019, so if you guys are working on Revit 2017 and earlier or later version, doesn't make much of a difference because the interface and all of the commands are pretty much the same, so I don't think that makes much of a difference. As you can see that there are two tabs over here. One is the projects tab and the other is the families tab. The families tab, in my opinion, is geared more towards intermediate to expert level users, and we'll get to that at a later stage in the tutorial. So let's just focus on the projects tab right over here. In the projects tab, you might be seeing 4 templates: construction, architectural, structure and mechanical. Go ahead and click on the architectural template right here. So after clicking on the architectural template, this is the Revit, this is the main Revit interface that you guys might be seeing. Before proceeding to drafting up the walls, placing the doors and windows, I would like to clear up a few important points. One of those points is that the project browser and the properties palette right over here are extremely important. The project browser is normally used to navigate through the project. For example, if you like to go from one level to another, go to a ceiling plan, go to elevations such as east, north, south, west, that is what the project browser is used for, to navigate through the project, and that is why you need to have it open at all times. The properties palette is used to, as the name suggests, change and alter properties, and I'll be using this quite oftenly throughout the project, so you guys will be using both of these quite oftenly. So just in case if one of you don't have this open or accidentally close the project browser and the properties palette, no need to worry, just go to the view tab right here, click on the view tab, click on the user interface and select the project browser right here and the properties palette right here. So yeah, that's one point I wanted to get across. For this project, we'll be drafting up this project that I did for a client of mine. It's a single story container plant. Obviously we won't be spending a lot of time on the interior because all of this is pretty much like it will take a lot of time, and I just need to get the important concepts out there. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So as far as the Revit architecture tab is concerned, most of the important components such as the wall, doors, windows, columns, roofs, ceilings are pretty much overdue, and you guys will be using that a lot. Just go to the wall over here, click on the wall, go to the properties palette, and this is the wall that we have. This is the basic wall, generic. Click on the drop down arrow and you can select any wall of your choosing. I'll be using the generic 8-inch basic wall. So go to the PDF over here, 16 feet 10 inches in width and 53 inches in length. So just click on the screen, type in 16 feet 10 inches and type in 53 feet and press enter. Drag this wall right over here and close this up. Now one important thing that I'd like to get across as over here is that this icon right here, this is the default 3D view. Whenever you want to go to the default 3D view, or if you would like to view your project in an isometric view, in the 3D view, just click on this icon over here. Yeah, this is the 3D of your project. It's nothing actually right now, it's just 4 walls. We haven't done much over here, so it's not that all fancy. So let's just an important point I wanted to get across. Double click on level 1 and select the wall. Go to the basic wall. For the internal walls, I'll be using the interior 3 by 1 by 8 inch partition, and just start drafting up a few interior walls. So is the storage technical. Obviously I won't be following this pattern. I just want to like clear up the basic tools of Revit that are normally used in the project. So just creating a few internal walls. You can name them whatever you like. I'll get to the naming part very soon in this tutorial. So we have the exterior walls and we have the interior walls. That was pretty easy, nothing fancy. One important thing that I'd like to clear up here is that when you select your wall over here and you go to the properties palette, what you realize is that the base constraint is set to level 1, but the top constraint is set to level 2. Now if you would like to change the height of the wall, like if you want the wall to be, let's say 20 feet, 30 feet, just select the wall, go to the top constraint, click on unconnected, and after you click on unconnected, when you select, after you select unconnected, you can put in a value of your choice. If you can make it 20, 30, whatever you like. Go to the 3D view over here, click on the 3D view, and boom, select the wall, make it 40, make it 10, entirely up to you. So as you can see in the 3D view, we have 4 exterior walls and a bunch of interior walls, so that wasn't that hard. Click on level 1 over here, and now that we have drafted up our walls, let's go and add in a few doors. So click on door over here, click on the door icon over here, click on any size that you want. Now Revit the architecture template that we're working on has a few families already loaded in, such as a single flush that you can see here, but you can add in your own families as well, and that is another point that I'll get to when we get to the family section. But for now we'll just be using the inbuilt or the already loaded in families, such as the single flush door that we have here. Select the 30-inch by 84-inch door over here. Now it's very important that we know how to alter the orientation of the door. For example, whether I want it to open on the inside or the outside, and for that it's just simple, just move your cursor up and down, or you can click on the space bar as well to move it left or right. One door over here, one door over here, one door over here, one over here, and one. So all doors have been added, few doors have been added actually. And if you would like to change or alter the dimensions of the door, for example, if you like to make it 28 inches and you don't have 28-inch type family present here already, it's not a problem. As I said, in the properties palette we can change the properties of any component, whether it be a wall, door, window, you name it. If you want to change properties, just select the door or the object that you want to change the properties of, click on edit type, over here, and these are the properties of the door that you just selected. As you can see, it's a 30-inch by 84-inch, and we'll need to create a new door which will be 28-inch by 84-inch. Before we proceed to the properties, the dimensions right over here, what I would suggest is that we duplicate this door. By duplicate I mean is, make a copy. So just click on duplicate. It's asking for a name, so give it a name of 28-inch by 84 inches. Okay, so we have created a new door type. As you can see, we didn't have a 28-inch by 84-inch before, but we have it now. We just created a new door type. Now we can change the properties. As you can see, the width is 2 feet 6 inches. So just put in 0 feet 28 inches. And boom, you just altered the width. Click on OK, and now, as you can see, we just created a new door type. You can do this for doors, windows, a lot of other components as well. We'll get to that as we advance throughout the project. So now that we have added doors, another important step that the next step would be to add a floor. It's very easy. Click on floor over here. In the properties palette, it's asking for a level 1, and as this is a single story container plan, obviously the floor will go on level 1, so that's a no-brainer. If you want to select another floor apart from the generic 12 inch, you can do that. You're just using the floor, the floor that is already provided, which is a generic 12 inch. Now, how do you create a floor? After clicking on the floor tab, you have a few options over here. You can either pick lines, pick walls, or you can create a line of your choice. It's entirely up to you, whatever suits you. For this one, I'll be drafting up the lines myself. So I'll just click on line over here, select this corner, select this corner, select this corner over here, this one, and this one, and click on OK. So we have the floor in place as well. As you can see, this is the floor in place. And how did I get to this view? I clicked on the default 3D view. So you just place the floor as well. Now, just like if you want to, like for example, change the properties of the floor, for example, you want to make it thicker or thinner, or add multiple layers, it's very easy. You select the floor, you click on edit type, you click on structure over here, and you can alter the thickness. This floor was 1 feet, so you can make it 0 feet 6 inches, 0 feet 5 inches. It's entirely up to you. This is just a piece of information that I wanted to get across, that in the properties palette you can change basically properties of anything, whether it be a floor, wall, door, window. It's entirely up to you. So I'll go to the level 1 tab over here, and now I'll start adding in a few windows. Click on window over here. We have a lot of windows already loaded in. It's entirely up to you. I'll teach you how to add in windows and doors families as we advance in this tutorial. So for now, we'll just be using a 36 inch by 48 inch single fixed window. Add one window over here, one 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 over here. After selecting one of these windows, another important point that I would like to clear up when it comes to windows is the sill height. The sill height is how much is this window above from the level that it was made on, for example, placed on, sorry. For example, this window was placed on level 1, and a sill height of 3 feet means this window is 3 feet above level 1. There's a difference of, well, you guys get the point what I'm trying to say here. So for this tutorial, as you guys might have noticed, that Revit is it's pretty easy, to be very honest, and it's extremely fast once you get a hold of the software. It's much faster than AutoCAD. All of this would have taken more than 30 to 40 minutes, but we did this in, I don't know, less than 5 or 10 minutes. So Revit really speeds up the drafting process if you know how to use it. And this is just the beginning. As we advance further in this tutorial, we will learn a lot of other stuff as well. So that's about it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next part of the lecture. Thank you. In this part of the lecture, we'll learn how to add roofs, ceilings, learn a bit more about commands such as railings, stairs, and basically move forward in our Revit architecture tutorial for beginners. So in the previous part of the video, we learned how to add doors, walls, alter the thickness of floors, how to change the dimensions for doors, how to change dimensions for the windows, and in this video we'll move further, learn a few more commands, get more and more comfortable with the software. So without wasting for any more time, let's get started. So as you guys might remember from the previous lecture, this is the default 3D view. So when I click on it, I can see the 3D view of the project that we are working on. Doors, windows, walls, everything has been added, and now it's time for us to add a ceiling plan. We need to have a ceiling. So go back to level 1, go to the architecture tab over here, and over here you can see the ceiling. So click on the ceiling and go to the properties palette over here, and it's as you can see, it's asking for the height offset from level 1. We are using the level 1 as the reference level for our ceiling, and it's going to be 8 feet from level 1. So we can either sketch the ceiling or create an automatic ceiling. An automatic ceiling takes the enclosed space, an enclosed 4-wall space, and creates an automatic ceiling over there. For this tutorial I'll be sketching the ceiling, so just click on it, click on the line, start from this point, click on this point, click on this point, this point, and this point. After you completed your after you enclosed the boundary for the ceiling, click on the green check mark, go to the 3D view over here, and voila, ceiling plan is all set. Now you guys might be noticing that the walls, they are protruding out of the ceiling over here, and we don't want that. Normally walls, they go all the way up to the ceiling, they don't protrude out. So nothing to worry about. Just select the walls over here. I select this wall, select all the walls that are basically protruding out, this wall over here, this wall over here, and this wall over here. And as you can see, there's a command over here, it's attach top/base. What this command does is that it will basically take the walls and take the top construct of the walls and attach it with the level that we are using as a reference. So what I mean by that is, just click on the attach top base command and select the ceiling, and boom, now where did all the walls go? If you select the ceiling, now all of the walls, all of the top levels of the wall, they are now attached directly, they're flush with the ceiling, they're not protruding out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for ceiling. If you want to see the ceiling, go to the level 1 plan over here, and this is the ceiling that we have. Now ceilings, just like floors, have options as well. You can select a ceiling, you just go and yeah, just click, this is the ceiling that we have, and go to the properties palette, and you can select any ceiling of your choice. For this project we'll be using a 2x4 ACT system. You can change properties of ceilings just as the thickness of the ceiling, or you can add multi layers to a ceiling just like floors. We'll get to that as we advance further. So now that we've added a ceiling, I would like to add a roof that covers the entire container plan that we're working on. So go back to level 1, go to architecture tab, and over here you can see the roof icon. Select the roof icon over here. It's asking for the base constraint for the roof. I'll be using level 1 as a reference. Click on yes. Go to the properties palette over here. Now it's asking for the base offset from level 1. Obviously, as discussed in the previous video, level 1 is at 0 feet and level 2 is at 10 feet. So there's basically a 10 feet height difference. If you want to confirm it, you can always go to the project browser and go to the elevation view. Any elevation view will do. And as you can see, level 1 is at 0 feet, level 2 is at 10 feet. So that is one thing we are sure of. Go back to level 1, go back to the properties palette, and for base offset from level 1, enter it 10. After you enter it in 10, just select the line and click start drafting out your roof. Now as you guys might have noticed that the outside lines over here have this triangle option over here. The triangle icon over here is basically used to represent the slope. If you want to create a sloped roof, this is where the triangle option is representing. For this, before I get to the triangle option, I'll just select all of these lines, and for now I just want to show you the roof, so I'll just select all of these lines and uncheck, click on tick. What this question means is that just like the walls which are protruding out of the ceiling plans, they attached all the way up to the ceiling, the exterior walls can also go all the way up, and they can attach to the roof as well. So I'll probably say yes. Click on yes, go to the 3D view, and we have the floor, or we have the roof placed on top. Now this is a little bit too simple, to be honest. I would like to play around with this project a little bit. Let's give this roof a little bit of slope. Select the roof over here, click on edit footprint. By edit footprint, basically mean you're editing the roof. select any line of your choosing. I'll select this one, define roof slope. Check this and click on the green check mark. Okay, that's a lot of slope. This is just to give you guys an idea of what you can do with your roof option. Select this line as well, check this one, the green check mark. You see, basically playing around with the roof. And if you want, you can give these lines see, basically playing around with the roof properties. That's all. So now that we have added the roof, I would like to add a few colors to this project of ours, and basically give it a realistic feeling that projects normally have. So for that, all you need to do is go to this lower bar over here, select visual style, click on this visual style icon and click on realistic. So as you click on realistic, you can see that it has a it's become colorful and not that black and white type of look that it had, and it's all grayish. So in this part of the tutorial, I would like to add a few colors to this project and give it a realistic kind of a lively look. So if you want to add colors to a project, it's very easy in Revit. It's not that hard. All you need to do is go to the modify tab over here, click on the modify tab right over here and click on this option. This is the paint icon right here. Click on this and you have a bunch of materials over here. You can select these are all of these materials that have been built in, and they are like a part of the project. You can create your own custom materials as well, but that's something for a later time. But for right now, we'll just be using the built-in Revit materials. The Revit has already has inside of it. So let's, for example, take this brick common. Yeah, click this, and all you need to do is select the face of the area where you want to paint it, when you want to apply this material. So click over here, click these 4 walls over here. And as for the roof, let's apply a different material such as this one, asphalt shingle. Select this and select the faces of the roof. And as you can see, it's giving it a like a much better look, much better than the black and white that we had previously. And you can always go back to the black and white look. Basically, it's called the hidden line look. Just click on this icon over here and select hidden line. You can always go back, that's no problem at all, and click on realistic and you're back again. Voila. So now that we have added colors and the project is like taking a form, go back to the architecture tab, and I'll just touch a few important icons that I believe need to be discussed here. We already covered the wall, door, window, roof, ceiling, floor. Another important point that I would like to cover up is the mullion. The mullion walls are normally glass transparent type walls, which are mullion panels. It gives a very good look to the project, and it's very easy. Just go back to level 1, and I would like to add a mullion wall over here, right over here. So all you need to do is select wall, go to the properties palette over here, click on the properties palette, click on the drop down arrow and select curtain wall. I would like the height of the curtain wall to be, let's say, 6 feet. The base constraint is level 1, top constraint is unconnected, total unconnected height is 6 feet. So all you need to do is select whichever point from where you want the mullion wall to be. I want it to be 4 feet from the edge of the exterior, and it should be a total of, let's say, 14 feet. So we have placed the mullion wall, but the thing is that there is already a wall over here, so we can't see it. So what do? Go back to level 1, select the mullion wall. You see, go ahead and select it and click on this option right, cut geometry. Select this option, select the exterior wall, and then select the curtain wall over here. Boom. Go back to the 3D view now and look at this. We have a glass type wall right over here. It's basically, it's kind of like a big window, but you can't do this with windows. Like, you can just go ahead and change dimensions the way mullion wall does it for you. It's a very handy tool. So now that we've added the glass wall, I would like to add a few mullions over here. Adding a mullions is very, it's not that complicated at all. But for this, we'll have to go to the elevation view. So if I go to the east view, no, north, no, south, yes, this is the mullion wall that we were working on. Click on the curtain grid over here, and basically, as you can see, it's asking for a distance. Let's say I want to place a mullion for 2 feet from the edge of the exterior. 2 feet, 2 feet over here. This is just for practice. We're not going to focus on the accuracy that much. And 5 feet over here. And I also want to add a horizontal one, just one in the middle, let's say. So we've added the curtain grids. Now we just have to add the mullions. Click on the mullion over here and select the grid lines. Go to 3D view and look at this. You can play around this. You can add as many mullions as you like. You can even change the properties of the mullions, like the width and the length, even the type of mullion that you're using. You can use a circular mullion if you want. So it's entirely up to you. But this was just so that I could give you guys an introduction to the curtain wall and the type of, the concept of curtain wall. And now that we've covered the curtain wall, I would like to clear the railing point up as well. Go back to level 1 over here. Railings are, as you guys know, railings, they're normally found on rooftops, next to stairs, balconies. They give a very good look to the project for aesthetics, and they are a must also for safety standards. So just select the railing over here. I won't go into the details of the railings because railings are a bit complicated. This is just so that I can add railing, just to give you an idea of how you can add railing. It's very simple. Just select the line over here, for example, and just select this point, 1 point, 2nd point, 3rd point. Click the green check mark, and we have the railings in place. I just did this for practice. Just wanted to give you guys an introduction to railings. Railing in itself is a quite a lengthy and in detailed topic. So I won't go into the complete details of railings, how to modify the balusters and stuff like that, because that will take a lot of time, and I don't think that is needed for beginner, at least not right now. Some other time maybe. So yeah, let's go back to level 1 and focus on something that I believe is important. Let's just delete these railings. We don't need them for now. I would like to label these rooms up. I would like to place, room tags. Now, one way to do this is to select the room label over here and start placing in rooms. Another way is to go to the Annotate tab and add text. I'll get to the Annotate section later on. The right way and the commonly used way is to use the room tag over here. Go to the room tag over here and start adding in room tags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 room tags have been added. But how do I change the names for these? Just select this whole entire room, this cross section room, select it, go to the properties, and for name you can give it any name you want. I like to give it a name of bedroom. Just do that. For this one, let's say living area, just want to move it to the right a little bit. Give it bath, mech, just move this to the left. Give it any name of your choice. Let's give this Miss Selenas. It's entirely up to you. You can name it whatever you like. I'm just trying to clear up the concept over here. So now that we've added room tags over here, another important point is how do we add dimensions? Now dimensions is a very important aspect of any project. If you are looking for a 2D presentation of a project, I believe it's extremely important to know how to add dimensions. And it's not that hard, it's not that complicated. Just go to the Annotate tab over here, click on the Annotate tab. There are shortcuts for these commands, but I'm not going to get into the shortcuts right now. Right now I'd like to show you guys each and every command, where it is and how to use it. Click on the align. There are multiple dimensions. You can add dimensions for angled walls, like as you can see in the picture, but let's just click on the align over here. For this option you can either select entire walls or individual references. I'll be using the entire wall option so you guys can get a better idea. Select this wall, 16 feet 10. Select this wall, 53 feet. Select any wall of your choice and start giving you dimensions. We already have this one. Yeah. And for example, if you like to find the distance between this wall and this wall, just go and select individual references. Now you can. This wall to this wall, this wall to this wall. Let's just drag this out a bit. Okay, so that is how you add dimensions to your project. I believe we repeated the 16 feet 10 inches. We already have it, so just delete it. So this is basic level, you can say, detailing of a project. Detailing goes a lot deeper than this. It's a lot more complicated than this, and in the next part of the lecture we'll be touching on a lot more complicated. We'll start getting more and more comfortable with software. We'll start using more and more difficult commands, and we'll get into in depth of a lot of other commands such as stairs, ramps, how to use these commands over here: area, tag area, wall, verticals. Don't worry if you're seeing all of these commands. I'll make sure that I'll try my best to touch as many of these commands as I possibly can, but at the end of this tutorial I'm pretty sure that you guys will be comfortable with the software. So in the last lecture we learned about a few important topics such as adding dimensions, adding a mullion curtain wall, adding mullions to it, learning about roof, how to add slope to roof, and a bunch of other important topics. And in this part of the tutorial we'll be moving forward and learning about some other topics as well. So another important topic of architecture that I'd like to cover up in this tutorial is the stair. Now stairs are extremely important, and they're part of basically any and every architectural project out there. And how do you draft up stairs? It's very easy. You just go and click on stairs, go to the properties palette over here, and as you can see, constraints are already given: base level, top level, just like a wall. And these are some of the properties of a stair that you can alter over here, such as the desired number of risers. And if you are aware of architectural terminology, that you guys might know what a riser is, and if you're not, you can always Google it up. I won't be spending too much time here. Actual number of riser height, tread depth, all of these are some of the properties of stairs that you can alter and change. So base level, level 1, top level, level 2. So let's just start creating stairs. Now a simple stair is very easy. You just click and drag your cursor along the line and you'll create stairs. But I would like to create an L-shaped stair or something that is more complicated. So what you do is you click over here, but instead of terminating all the way up over here, you click somewhere in the middle. And as you can see, we have 11 risers, but you have 18 in total, so we have like 7 to go. So you click again over here and voila. Now as you can see, Revit connected these two components and created an automatic landing in between. That's pretty handy, to be honest. And I'll just select stair and try to drag it. You can always use your arrow keys to get it in position. Click on the green check mark and voila, go to the 3D view. The 3D view, by the way, is over here, and voila, you have the stairs all drafted up. Now you can play around with stairs, you can change the properties of it, you can do a lot of stuff such as make them wider, make them shorter, do a bunch of different stuff, and I'll be going into the details of stairs in another video. And yeah, let's proceed further. Now as we go to the PDF that we were working on earlier, that we're using for reference, These walls, as you can see, have a black pattern over here, and I believe that's quite good looking when it comes to presentation. And you guys need to be aware of how you can change this cut pattern over here. You can add any color to it of your choice. So what you need to do is select the wall, right click on it, override graphic in view by category. And what you need to do is change the cut pattern, select the pattern to be solid fill, select the pattern over here to be solid fill as well, choose the material to be black, click on OK, choose the color over here, click on OK, and voila. As you can see, the walls are all black. You can basically give them any color you want. You can make it yellow if you want. It all depends on you. It all depends on you. It's your choosing. I'll just keep it like this. So that's how you add this black pattern to the wall, and it really gives that 2D presentation look that normally is found in PDF plans. And yeah, let's proceed further. In this project, I believe you guys can see that a sofa and some furniture is already placed here. And how do you place furniture in Revit? It's pretty easy. Just go to the Revit interface, click on this icon, place a component, drop down, place a component, and load family. Now when you install Revit, it automatically a library is also installed into your PC. You guys must have a US Imperial, US Metric, or some other library already installed, and it must be in your system. So normally it's present in the Revit installation directory that you guys have. So select US Imperial, go to the furniture tab over here, click on seating, and select anything of your choice. I'll just go and select a sofa, and yeah, place a sofa over here. You can always click on press spacebar to change the orientation of the sofa. Spacebar over here, click on this dimension, drag it out a bit, select this label over here, click on edit type, and click on uncheck this showroom number. So yeah, much better looking. And I also like to add a table, so place a component, go over here, there's a desk available. I'll add a desk right now. The basic the important part was getting the point across of how to place a component. And yeah, and one more thing about components, you can download them from the internet, and you can place them wherever you like. You can change their properties as well, such as this sofa is 72 inch, I have options of 54. You can click on edit type, and you can change a bunch of properties over here, like the dimension, the width. You can add basically any dimension, anything that you like, and yeah, it will work. Moving forward, there is another important thing that I would like to get across, is how to make generic models. Generic models are basically it's like making a model right inside of Revit. Okay, so it's like an in-place family. These families over here are loadable. You just loaded them into the project, such as desk, a sofa. These are loadable families, and a wall is a system family. And what I will like to show is how do you create generic models. Don't get into too much of the theory, I just wanted to clear it up a bit. Click on model in place, select generic model over here, click on OK. Give it any name you like. I'll just keep it generic models 1, click on OK. Now as you can see, there are a bunch of different options over here, such as extrusion, blend, revolve, sweep, void form, and you can create anything you like. Just go to the 3D view over here, and let's say I would like to create an extrusion over here. It's very simple. Just click on extrusion. It's asking you for a work plane. The work plane is the surface on which you will be creating that sketch for the extrusion. So click on set. It's asking for a plane. Select pick a plane, and OK. As you can see, it's selecting it entire. So I'll just select this wall over here, and now I can create anything. Create a circle, a rectangle, any shape of my choice. Sorry, let's skip that part. click on the green check mark icon, and you have generic models over here. Now after selecting the generic models, what you can do is you can increase the length and alter them accordingly as you deem fit. This is not a part of the project. I just wanted to get the generic model part out there. It comes in handy a lot, and it's an important part of knowing how to use Revit. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this part of the lecture, and the next lecture we'll be going over some more important steps and more important commands, and I'll see you in the next part of the lecture. Hello everyone, and welcome to this part of the tutorial of Revit Architecture for beginners. We have in the last few lectures we have pretty much covered most of the important topics and the main points, such as walls, doors, windows, adding roofs. I also went through a few items when it comes to detailing, such as adding room labels and the cut pattern over here. And in this part of the tutorial we'll be going over the Annotate tab over here. I would like to go over some important points which I believe any and every beginner must know. And apart from that, I will also be going over how to create sheets and how to create a color fill legend. So yeah, let's get started. So let's go to the Annotate tab over here. Just click on Annotate tab over here, right here. And we already visited the Annotate tab when I showed you guys how to place dimensions, such as the align dimension and the linear and angular and all of that. But the main point that I wanted to cover in the, or I would like to say points, is the text icon over here. So click on the text icon. The text icon, as the name suggests, is used to add what it says. It adds text. So after selecting the text icon over here with no leader, just click and type in anything you want. You can type in room, whatever you like. And after selecting this room, you can change the size over here to 332, any size of your choice. Go to edit type, click on duplicate, and click on the size of your choice. Let's say 1 by 8 inch. Click on OK, and don't forget to change the text size over here. Make it 1 by 8. Okay, this is 1 by 8 inch. And you can basically add text with leaders, without leaders. For example, an option over here is to add a leader over here, a leader line. See, just add it, and you can remove it as well. So this is how you can add text. Another important point I would like to cover is the detail line. Detail lines are more geared towards 2D drafting, and they are extremely important for 2D presentations, and are a must part of Revit. So just select the detail line over here, select the line style. I won't be going over the different line styles. You can create your own line styles. You can give your own thicknesses. They are a bit advanced. You know what, I will show it, don't worry. So what do you do? Select, 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 select. Just gives it that 2D view, and you can do a bunch of different neat stuff with the detail line, and they're extremely handy. Now, how do you change the color or the thickness of the detail line? Well, it's very simple. You just go to the manage tab over here. Okay, you're in the manage tab, click on additional settings and go to line styles. Click the plus icon over here, and you can create any line of your choice. You can change the line weight projection, which is the thickness over here, and you can change the line color. So after doing that, basically you can do whatever you like. Let's say for I create a line, new line, click on OK, select the color, make it green, select the thickness, make it 4, and click on OK. So I just made a line. Now go to the Annotate tab, select line over here, detail line, and select the line we just made, which is new line over here. Now when I make it, as you can see, it's a bit thick than the last line we made, and its color is green. So that's how you can make lines with different thicknesses and different colors. So another important icon and important command that you guys will be using quite often is the region command. Now regions are extremely important to know, and they are used quite often. So select the region command over here, and let's say I select the rectangle over here and I just drag it out over here and click on the green check mark. I just created a fill detail region. I can give it different cut patterns such as a diagonal up, solid black, a wooden pattern, and much more. And they are extremely important when you want to show that surface pattern in 2D drafting. Now sorry, let me just delete it. After going through the detail line and the region, the other command, or I must say the other part of Revit that I'd like to show you guys is how do you create a sheet. Sheets are extremely important, especially when you are trying to give a PDF set to a contractor and they don't have access to Revit. So it's a must know. It's a must know on how to create sheets. Just click on the sheet icon over here, right click on it in the project browser, click on new sheet. Sheets, just like the families that we loaded in the previous lecture, we can also load sheets and we can also create our own custom title blocks. A title block by the name arc E. Arc E is the size of the sheets, such as arc C, arc D, A3, A4. It has already been loaded in, and we won't be loading a title block for this project. So click on OK, and this is the sheet that you guys will be using. Go to level 1 over here. No, don't go to level 1. What we will be doing is we'll be dragging these views right onto the sheet. So select level 1 and keep it selected and drag it over right over here. Click and boom. Activate the view. Let me redo it. I wanted to show you guys a command I just did. Activate view. After activating the view, you can literally make changes to the plan even though you're not on level 1, you are on a sheet, you are A101 unnamed, but you can still make changes over here. And if you want to get out of this view, right click and click on deactivate view. So this is how you create sheet. And if you want to add a new sheet, right click and click on new sheet. Arc E, click on OK, and boom, now you have two sheets. And you can change the properties, not say properties, well, you can add your own text, you can change the name of the owner, the project name, unnamed. All of this is, I believe, a bit more complex and more geared towards intermediate users, but these are the basis of how you can create sheets. You can even put in 3D views, elevation views, basically each and everything of your of your choice, and that's how you work with sheets. Now the last thing for this lecture that I would like to go through is how do you create a color fill legend. Click on level 1 over here, and I would like to create a color fill legend for this project. Now go to the manage tab over here. Oh, sorry, not the manage, the analyze tab over here. Go to the analyze tab over here, and over here you'll see a color fill legend. Click on the color fill legend and place it anywhere you want. I can place it over here. Space type rooms, and the color scheme name. Click on OK, and this is a color fill legend for you guys. Now you can change the colors if you want. Select the legend over here, click on edit scheme, and you can change the color, add any color of your choice. That's entirely up to you. If you want to give it a different color, if you even want to remove it, that's entirely up to you. You can even make it not visible. Click on OK, and that's how you create a color fill legend. So that's pretty much it for this a basic introduction for beginners to Revit architecture. I will be making more and more videos as we as time goes by, and I will be making videos for intermediate users as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And do practice, guys. Without practice, you guys are not going to get the level of command that you are looking for. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.
So hopefully you guys found this tutorial on introduction to Revit architecture for beginners useful, and hopefully you guys now have somewhat of a basic to intermediate level of an understanding of the software. Obviously without practice nothing can be guaranteed, because practice makes perfection. And I will be making more and more videos particularly related to Revit MEP and Revit structure as well. So if you like this video, do give us a thumbs up, do subscribe to our channel, and I will be seeing you guys very soon in the next video. Thank you.